Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Valentine TV. Today my reaction will be coming from Ticket TV. I just saw it, y'all. And I want to thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. And like. But subscribe. But listen, y'all. We'll talk about Diddy in a minute. I'm gonna talk about Diddy in a minute because y'all know my blood boils when I talk about Diddy. But this ain't even about Jay-Z yet, right? This is about Perez, that woman, her daughter. Her daughter, man, but Perez does own half of Rock Nation. So I'm gonna be doing my reaction from Ticket TV. The paperwork just came in, the lawsuit paperwork, and Ticket has it. He gets his quick, but Ticket has it, so he's just gonna read a little bit of it, and I'm not even gonna do all of that. I just want y'all to see what's sort of going on. But look at Perez, y'all. She mad. She don't want her daughter to date black man, gay. So she trying to say, the way I was perceiving the lawsuit, it's like she trying to con her daughter into leaving him, and I mean she called him the N word, yeah, with the hard ER at the end, and so I'm gonna let, cause it's a long one, it's a long one, but I'm not going through all that. I just want y'all to get the gist of it. But it's a lawsuit against Perez from her daughter. Okay, so let me let Ticket tell y'all some stuff, cause it's complicated.
Definitely gonna get right into this video, man. Jay-Z, man, Rock Nation, Jay-Z's Rock Nation, and the CEO, Desiree Perez, are up against it right now, y'all, as it is some absolutely explosive new allegations that have come out against them tonight. And I'm gonna show you guys in just a second exactly what's going on, as they got some explosive allegations out here against them, man. And basically, for you guys who don't know what's going on, Desiree Perez, apparently she has a daughter, and her daughter has come out and accused her in Rock Nation of illegal activity in an explosive lawsuit. Now, I'm gonna show you guys, shout out to my boy Diddy Doc, I'm gonna show you guys this lawsuit that is up now, that just went up, man. Unbelievable
Right.
stuff, man. As Desiree Perez, she is the daughter. Desiree Perez, excuse me, her daughter, Demaray Hadley, is not only suing her mother, who's the CEO of Rock Nation, but she's also suing. She's
Yeah.
also suing
Look at all them names.
Rock Nation and everybody else that y'all see that's underneath that list right there.
They're in
So her daughter has
South
filed a
Board
lawsuit with some
Hospital District,
explosive claims
the
against
behavioral health care.
Jay-Z and Desiree Perez. Now, I'm gonna get to these allegations right now because this is unbelievable, man. And I mean, she went in on these allegations. Now, to say this, Desiree Perez and Rock Nation are innocent unless proven guilty
Right,
in
right.
a court of law. I want to start out by saying that first. These are the allegations from Desiree Perez's daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, and basically, Desiree Perez's daughter, I believe, who lives in Florida, she has basically come out with this lawsuit. Now, she says this case that she's filing against her mother, Desiree Perez, the CEO of Jay-Z's Rock Nation, and Jay-Z's Rock Nation, who Jay-Z is the founder of.
Yeah.
She's saying that This case gives meaning to the phrase, "You wouldn't believe it until you see it." Now, for you guys who want to see, the paperwork has officially been filed.
Yeah.
It is in the dockets. It has been filed.
And I'm gonna pause it right there in case somebody want to take a screenshot. Uh-oh. Let me move my big head. I'm sorry. Let me figure out how to move. Let me move myself. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, see? She's suing every damn body. Look at that. Let me make it. I'm sure y'all can see it better than me. I be scared because y'all know I mess up stuff. But anyway, what Iconic Creative LLC, Daniel Bober, Natalie Anderson, Sig9 LLC, James Fondo, Stephen Caddy, Jessica Caddy, South Broward Hospital District, Odyssey Behavioral Healthcare, Life Skills in South Florida, Outpatient LLC, Broward County Sheriff's Office, John Doe number 1, John Doe number 2, Rachel Bernstein, and CTS Research Incorporated. That girl, man, she said, I'm suing. Oh my God. All right, so, okay, let me move back. I think Perez is going to come back. I don't want to be in her way. Anyway, let's roll. Let me see. Lord help me. Okay. Ooh.
And this, man, bro, this is crazy. It says Desiree Perez, known as Desiree, and I'm reading exactly from the lawsuit to y'all. It says known as Desiree is a former drug trafficker, confidential informant, and convicted felon who is now the CEO of Rock Nation in New York City.
Yeah, that's weird though.
It says Demaray Hadley, known as Demaray, is Desiree's biological daughter.
Right.
It says Javon Hadley. Javon is Demaray's husband.
Right.
Now, Demaray met Javon while they attended Miami Palmetto Senior High School. Now, Demaray and Javon have been together for the past 15 years and got married in 2024. This complaint will refer to them collectively as the Hadleys. So the Hadleys will be referred to as Desiree's daughter and her daughter's husband.
All right.
Now, it says for the past 2 years, Desiree has used her money, power, and influence to tear the Hadleys apart. It says Desiree created an enterprise of individuals to effectuate her plot and use unlawful means to have Javon falsely arrested on 3 different occasions and Demaray falsely detained under the Florida Bakers Act and Marchman Act statutes. Now it goes on to say, unfortunately, as detailed below, Desiree has a history of using illegal tactics to get her way, even if it requires.
Okay, wait. Y'all know I have to stop sometime, but gonna get him illegally arrested, okay? And it was something. Even though she had him illegally, falsely arrested, right? They didn't give her any charges because she said the daughter's gonna tell which police department she said she got in the back of her pocket or wherever she got them at, but she got them somewhere, and they ain't gonna mess with her, right? All right, y'all. Y'all, I'm just a country girl. Let me talk. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Requires wearing rubber gloves and providing false information to authorities. And she actually puts a picture of her using rubber gloves in a lawsuit. Now, it also says, in addition to being the CEO of Rock Nation, upon information and belief, Desiree is part owner of the company. Now, it says Rock Nation was founded in 2008 by music icon Jay-Z and has become one of the most influential entities in the uh, entertainment and sports industries. Right?
Right. Yo, Jay
Right?
Z, Jay Z probably say, "Take my picture
Hold
down."
on one
Shoot, you
second, y'all.
talking about her? You talking about her? Take my
Hold on one
picture
second.
down. That's probably what Jay Z thinking. Shoot,
All right. So it says
shoot.
Rock Nation represents chart-topping musicians, elite athletes, and influential entertainers including Rihanna, J. Cole, Shakira, Kevin Durant, and Saquon Barkley. It says the National Football League contracts Rock Nation to organize and select performers for the Super Bowl halftime show. It says Rock Nation also assists artists with creating content for concerts and movies. Desiree, as CEO, is an army of tech staff, has an army of tech staff with access to the best technology that money can buy. She also has a
Mhm.
team of attorneys and private investigators at her disposal. Desiree, her current position, despite her current position, Desiree's background and discreet rise to prominence was highly unusual. Unfortunately, Desiree's past and her abandonment of her daughter, Demaray, is the root cause of the current friction between a mother and a daughter.
She the one that had the little baby girl and decides to drop her off, and then get mad because she grew up calling the people that raised her mom and daddy. Okay, but anyway, this I don't know, y'all. This is so yeah. If y'all see me frowning up, I'm trying to also understand it too, cause I listened to it only once. I'm trying to figure. I'm like all this technology stuff. As y'all can see, I'm not savvy with it, but I'm trying to bring it to y'all anyway. The ones that only may see it here. But anyway, y'all, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and hit the like button for me, please. Thank you.
Their relationship is unfortunate, sad, and disheartening. More disappointing, their relationship could have been repaired through alternative means, but Desiree chose to employ heavy handed tactics instead. Now, it says in its filing, Desiree's past as a drug trafficker, confidential informant, fraudster, and fugitive. Desiree participated in federal drug trafficking activities in the 1990s under her prior name, Desiree Reynoso.
All right.
Now, it goes on to say, and she actually puts photos of that case uh, in the lawsuit with name of the offender, case number, all of these things. Conspiracy to distribute that C stuff, conspiracy, 2 counts of conspiracy to distribute that white stuff, right? And she actually put that filing, the United States District Court for
Mm,
Southern District of Florida. She actually put that in the lawsuit,
yeah.
a picture of that. Now it says following Desiree's federal indictment and arrest, she was originally sentenced to 30-month imprisonment. However, Desiree became a confidential informant and provided information to federal law enforcement, which caused the government to file a motion eliminating her 30-month prison sentence. It says while engaged in narcotic trafficking activities, Desiree gave birth to her daughter, Demaray, in November of 1994. It says even after Demaray's birth, Desiree continued to engage in criminal conduct. It says, for instance, local law enforcement arrested Desiree in April of 1996 for a slew of fraudulent criminal activity, including organized fraud, grand theft,
Dang.
and several counts of uttering a forged.
I'm trying to figure out how she got half a Rock Nation with a record like that. I mean, I could understand if you was already in there playing that game, but you done been arrested for all this stuff, and I'd be scared to bring you in. I'd be scared you was still working for the feds or whatever you are, and you know what I mean. I'd be scared to do stuff around her, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Instrument. It goes on to say, and it shows the filings uh, in the actual lawsuit. It shows the picture of the paperwork. It says that when Desiree got arrested on state court charges, She had already been sentenced to federal prison, but was still out on bond. Now it says her surrender date got delayed to at least August the 12th, 1996. It says, see United States versus Luis Quintero in that case. Now it says, as shown, so you guys were just coming in here, Jay-Z CEO of Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, and Rock Nation, Jay-Z's Rock Nation are being sued and accused of fraud and an explosive lawsuit, which I'm reading to you guys right now.
Mm.
It goes on to say, as shown on her federal probation affidavit, it says Desiree later fled to New York while on probation and became a fugitive from justice. Now it goes on to say in March of 1998, New York officials arrested Desiree for grand larceny, criminal use of drug paraphernalia, and criminal possession of a firearm. It goes on to say Desiree pled guilty in New York State court, but was only sentenced to a conditional discharge, right? And it shows proof of that in this lawsuit. Now it goes on to say Desiree was eventually sentenced to 9 months imprisonment for violating her federal probation. It says choosing a life of crime over motherhood, Desiree dumped her infant daughter Demaray on Demaree's maternal grandfather Julio and
See?
his longtime partner Olga. It says growing up, Demaray referred to Julio as abuelo and Olga as mommy, which Desiree despises to this day. It
Hey,
says in
don't get
2002,
mad,
almost fresh out
girl.
of prison, Desiree somehow became the owner of 4040 Club in New York, right? Now, it also says as a footnote,
Yeah,
it says that
good.
upon information and belief, Desiree avoided a lengthy prison sentence by cooperating with law enforcement. It goes on to say, and it shows these pictures. All these things have pictures inside of this lawsuit. It shows,
Yeah, the daughter has pictures of everything. I mean, the mom had put cameras in the bedroom, in the bathroom. She had it on their iPhones and stuff. Like somebody called the daughter, I think a friend maybe or something. That's what made the daughter, I think that maybe made the daughter more aware because she seen what her mama can do and said her phone was pinging somewhere somewhere, and but the daughter had the phone with her, so she was wondering why is my phone pinging over there, and stuff like that. I don't know, it's some weird stuff. I don't know nothing about all this stuff, but the daughter, man, the daughter better watch her back, and the darn son, the husband too, cause she didn't call him a hard ER. I wonder what Jay-Z gonna think of that. I would have never thought that she could have been I don't know if I can say racist on here. I mean, I ain't never think she would. No, cause she darker than us. Darn. All right, go ahead, y'all. Oh, and hey, my friend, I forgot to say hey to you. Uh-oh. Come on, Jason. I mean,
you know,
thank you, Ticket.
pictures and all of these other things as far as everything is claiming. It shows the photos in the lawsuit. Now it goes on to say that Desiree has mostly remained in the greater New York city area
Mm,
since then and chose money, power, and influence at all costs. It says to the outside world, it appears that Desiree turned her life around and became a successful CEO. It says, but secretly, Desiree continued to engage in acts of exposing herself and others to both civil and criminal liability, which a state prosecutor noted in her closed out memorandum relating to Javon's fraudulent arrest. That's her husband. That's her daughter's husband. Now, and it
right.
showed this part in the lawsuit uh, that you can go see in the pictures. Now it says, as related to this lawsuit, Desiree conspired with others to illegally record her daughter and her daughter's husbands in their bedroom,
See,
hack their
it's just
iPhone, and
crazy.
unlawfully detain both of them on several occasions, which included concocting false evidence against them. Now, she says, candidly, it is difficult to imagine that a mother would do the acts listed below to her own child, but the screenshot included in this complaint prove otherwise. Now, the footnote it says, in a closeout memo, Desiree is the victim's mother and Demaray is the alleged victim. Now it says that Desiree unlawfully wiretapped Demaray and her husband Javon's bedroom. Now it says that Desiree, at an unknown time, conspired with others to surreptitiously plant a camera into the Hattie's bathroom or bedroom without their knowledge, which existed since at least July the
Like
18th, 2022. Now it says Desiree literally admitted this fact in a frivolous lawsuit she filed against Javon. Now it says in her complaint, Desiree even included a snapshot from the illegal recording device in Haley's bedroom. Now it shows a picture in this lawsuit. It says in addition to the illegal camera, Desiree also planted a listening device, which is pictured below, and they show a picture of a listening device in their bedroom. It says, unknowns to the Haleys, Desiree kept both recording devices in their bedroom for years, which is clearly illegal.
That's
Right?
crazy, man. Crazy. Right? That's the mama. And you listen to your daughter.
Right? So let's keep going. Now it goes on to say the prosecutor in Javon's frivolous criminal battery case, which Desiree facilitated, even recognized the illegal act of recording the Haleys in their bedroom. Now, it gives a footnote to that, and I'm not even gonna read that right there. Y'all can look in the lawsuit and read that, right?
Right. Yeah, she was thinking like the husband was beating her daughter or something. She was trying to allegedly catch that on film, but she catching. I mean, how you gonna watch the other stuff though? But she I don't know. She just didn't want her daughter with a melanated man, okay? Even though evidently he was good to her, cause she ain't get no proof or nothing for all them years. He ain't touch her, and if he did, it wasn't in the bedroom, okay? But he ain't touch her, Lord. But hey, she learned all these skills from her mama. From her mama. Yeah, she know how to tiptoe around stuff. But now that she put this darn lawsuit out though, her mama gonna go in full gear now. She don't know all them tricks. You can't beat your teacher. That's what I always heard. You know what I mean? But y'all, I don't know. I'm gonna listen to a little bit more because this is mainly the lawsuit. That's it. That's all. Okay? So we're gonna listen to just a little bit more. Maybe. Come on, Ticket. All right. He's coming, y'all. I promise. I promise. He coming. Maybe not. But anyway, since he ain't coming.
Now it says Desiree illegally hacked her daughter's iCloud account. It says Desiree also hacked or directed her highly trained technical staff at Rock Nation to hack Demore's iCloud account, giving Desiree unfettered access to Demore's digital data, including text messages, photographs, and videos. It says that her daughter, Demore, has witnessed her mother direct her tech team at Rock Nation to infiltrate other people's digital data, including an instance where Desiree Perez wanted to determine how a chart-topping artist's upcoming movie got leaked. Now it says that Demore, the daughter of Desiree, first realized that her mother hacked her iPhone on March the 1st, 2024. Now it goes on to say on that day, Javon and Demore's friend, Sergine, called Demore after noticing that Demore's cell phone and Apple Watch were pinging in New York.
See?
Now, at the bottom of this page, it says, in the prosecutor's memo, Javon is the alleged defendant, Demore is the alleged victim, and Desiree is the one who conspired with others to illegally record the Hadleys. Notably, Although a camera has been in the Hadley's bedroom since July the 18th, 2022, Desiree failed to produce a single video showing Javon physically assaulting Demaray on September the 11th, 2023. Now, Demaray voluntarily gave Javon and Sergine access to her location. A screenshot below from Javon's phone showing Demaray was supposedly in New York, right? Now, it says Demaray's Apple Watch also showed it was located at, and I'm not going to read the address, blank in New York, right? Now, it
Mm-hmm.
says when Demaray checked her iCloud account on her phone, which she had in her hand in Miami, it says it showed that iPhone 2 on her account was pinging to Rock Nation's headquarters
Oh,
in New York. It
oh my
also goes on to
God.
say the problem is that Demaray only had one iPhone device attached to her iCloud account, the one she was literally holding in her hand. Not surprisingly, Desiree's office at Rock Nation, located at blank, blank, blank street, New York, New York. It says, and it shows it in a screenshot. It says Google Maps shows that the blank address street, the location appearing on Demaray's iCloud account, and blank, blank, blank street, which is Rock Nation's headquarters, are literally part of the same building in New York. Now it goes on. It says Demaray believes that the iPhone 2 device in her iCloud account, which placed her location at Rock Nation in New
Mm-hmm.
York, was a device cloned by her mother's team.
See?
Again, Demaray has personally witnessed her mother order her team to quote unquote clone a person's iPhone for her access.
Yeah.
It says in Desiree's frivolous lawsuit filed against her husband, Demaray's husband Javon, she somewhat admitted to hacking Demaray's phone. Desiree filed screenshots of text messages between Demaray and Javon, but failed to adequately explain how she acquired them. It said the prosecutor in Javon's case even noted the oddity of Desiree's ability to provide private conversations between Demaray and Javon that dated back to 2017. It says, as explained below, Desiree used illegal bedroom recordings, stolen iCloud data, and other means during her conspiracy to fraudulently convince people that Demaray needed to be unlawfully committed to a mental health institution and a drug rehab facility under Florida's Baker Act and Marchman Act statutes. She used the same information to get Javon falsely arrested. Now it says Desiree Perez threatened to Baker Act her own daughter, allegedly. Now it says Desiree's first time threatening to commit wrongfully, Demaray to a mental health institution occurred September the 14th, 2023. It said that day, Desiree lured Demaray to her home in Pinecrest, Florida, under the false pretenses that Demaray's uncle needed to be taken to the hospital, which was untrue. Demaray rushed to her mother's home and was confronted by her mother for an intervention. As seen below in the snippet from the police report,
Okay.
Desiree Perez admitted to having an intervention for Demaray and that she hired a quote-unquote counselor named Victoria Hunter. Although Desiree told officers that Victoria Hunter was a therapist, Mrs. Hunter has never been licensed as a therapist in Florida. Desiree convinced Mrs. Hunter to lie to the police and falsely claim that she was a therapist. Demaray was not interested in her mother's intervention and demanded to leave. However, Desiree prevented her daughter, Demaray, from leaving by confiscating her dog. Desperate to leave, Demaray attempted to climb over her mother's security fence. Desiree pulled Demaray back and stated, "I'm going to Baker Act you if you stay with that nigger. I will have you committed."
See?
Now it says at the bottom, it says when the police authored the incident report, the Hadleys were dating and had not yet married. The report refers to Demaray, her daughter, as Mrs. Lopez. So she said her mom said, if you stay with that N word with the hard ER, I will have you committed. She said that's what Desiree Perez told her. Now, it says Desiree's statement was not some veiled threat and later came to fruition as explained below. It says Demaray, her daughter, called 911 and requested police assistance. It says Desiree flaunted her power as the CEO of Rock Nation and claimed that she had the Pencrest police in her pocket. Now it also says the Pencrest police officers arrived on the scene and eventually forced Desiree to allow her daughter to leave. But due to her influence, the officers did not press charges against Desiree for false imprisonment. It said,
Okay, y'all, that's all I can take. Y'all can go to Ticket TV. He's on YouTube. Y'all can finish listening to the rest of it. Cause it's a lot. I don't think he read the whole thing, but it's a little bit more. But I just want y'all to get the gist of what this lawsuit was all about and stuff like that. That's it. All right, man. I'll be back because I gotta talk about Diddy. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. Y'all, please, as you exit, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button on your way out, or if you watch the replay. All right, and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay. All right. I ain't even got it ready, but all right. Thank y'all for coming. Bye, y'all. Bye, my friend.